Stardew Valley has a large assortment of items, all of which do many different things. You've got your weapons, your rings, seeds, fish, bombs, pretty much anything. There's an item for pretty much everyone out there. I'm sure you decorators love the various catalogs, and you farmers with your beloved sprinklers and kegs, cave raiders with their bombs, and foragers with axes? Look, you get the point. There's a few items which really do tend to stand out and are loved by many. But with all the loved items in the game, there are bound to be some which are just completely forgotten. I mean, has anyone here honestly used the cookout kit? I mean, like, seriously, I am genuinely curious. The kitchen pretty much outclasses it in every way, and cooking isn't even that important to the game. So, it makes sense that it isn't used very often. This X item is good, but X item does it better mentality is exactly why my favorite item in this game, retaining soil, gets completely shunned and ignored by the majority of the community. Sprinklers are simply better. Which, I mean, I completely agree with. Sprinklers are amazing, and the fact that you can have tons of them makes it even better. But even with sprinklers being so good, I don't think I'd consider retaining soil bad at all. It does its job well, and it can be spammed really easily. Anyways, before this video begins, I'd just like to shout out one of my friends for inspiring this video. It's a pretty stupid idea, but I think it's gonna be really fun to make, and after all, I'm not too worried about the video numbers anyways. Lastly, I just want to say that this video is the start of a new series, the mini essay series, which are videos that I spend less time on so I can focus on much larger projects. These videos will be pretty simple in their editing and won't have the best scripts, but there will be plenty of them, and I'll be sure to make them all as enjoyable to watch as possible. So, without further ado, let's talk about why I personally love retaining soil, its benefits, slight negatives, and just how useful it can be in your playthroughs. I'll also be explaining other stuff along the way, but I don't want this list to get too big and take up too much time, so let's just get started with one question. What is retaining soil? Retaining soil, specifically the basic variant, can be crafted at level 4 farming with 2 stones, or alternatively, it can be bought at Pierre's store for 100 gold starting on spring 5th of year 1. Basic retaining soil can be placed on tilled soil before or after planting a seed, or at any stage of crop growth, and its chance for retaining water is about 33%. Due to its incredibly cheap recipe, you can make tons of it incredibly easily, whereas the semi-difficult to obtain basic and quality sprinklers require a bit more setup and much more time spent in the mines. And with energy being so low in the early game, it can be quite confusing why people would pass up on this item. Oh, well. This is the one really big drawback with retaining soil. It's just unlocked so late compared to everything else. For a little perspective here, regular sprinklers are unlocked during farming level 2 and quality sprinklers are unlocked at farming level 6. This already niche item is placed right in the middle of 2 amazing unlocks, and I think you can start to see the problem here. By the time you have the retaining soil recipe, you already have basic sprinklers unlocked, and are more likely to use those. And not long after, you unlock arguably the most useful sprinkler in the game, the quality sprinkler, since it's used for so long and is very easy to mass produce, unlike the iridium sprinklers. But, funnily enough, these 2 items only make the retaining soil even better. You see, sprinklers are items which make retaining soil completely obsolete, and due to their usefulness in watering crops, it can make them one of the best items in the entire game and something that you'll eventually want a lot of. And at the start of the game, since you have very little resources as well as time, you'll most likely be doing a mixture of watering your crops, saving up money, and mining to get ores for sprinklers. And since you're already in the caves gaining an abundance of stone, it's really easy to craft a ton of retaining soil. So, you know what? I'm doing some maths. The basic sprinkler is the first sprinkler you'll likely get in a playthrough, and it waters 4 adjacent tiles every day. It's made using 1 copper bar and 1 iron bar, which together sell for 180 gold. And that's not even taking into account the coal used to smelt the bars. Retaining soil is made by using 2 stones, which together sell for 4 gold, meaning that you can make 45 basic retaining soils for the exact same price as a single sprinkler. Using some basic maths, we can see that on average you'll get 14.85 crops watered every morning if you use the basic retaining soil, which means that on average you'll have 3 times more watered tiles every day with the basic retaining soil rather than a single sprinkler. Now, let's do this with the quality sprinkler. The quality sprinkler is made by using 1 iron bar, 1 gold bar, and 1 refined quartz, all of which sell for 420 gold. Again, basic retaining soil is made up of 2 stones, which in total sells for 4 gold. You could make 105 basic retaining soil with that. Let that sink in. Using these same maths as earlier, we can calculate that on average you'll have 34.65 crops watered every single day. That means that you'll have 4 times more spaces watered every day with the soil compared to the quality sprinklers. Now remember, this is the power of 2 stones. 2! Not only that, but the more crops you have, the more insane the numbers get. So just for fun, I calculated the numbers using the entire farm space of the basic farm. There are 3,427 tillable tiles on the basic farm. That's 6,854 stones or 13,708 gold worth of stone. With a 33% chance of the tiles being watered every night, that means that on average, 1,130.91 tiles will stay watered on any given day. So, all that power contained within 2 pebbles. Fun, isn't it? So that's about it. I think I've talked about this item enough, especially considering it's, well, just some special dirt. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this quick and simplistic video. I'll be sure to make much more considering this is a pretty new series and it seems pretty fun. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Please make sure to like and subscribe as it really helps me out a ton. And with that, that is all. See ya! Oh my god! How much was that? 10 minutes!